So hello everyone, and welcome back to FTRL in association with Bristol Street Motors with Accelerate, and we are back here for another night of a GT1 racing. This week we've had GT3 at round Tokyo, and then last night we had our second endurance week in GT2 around... where were we around last night again, Si? Where were we? Completely forgot.
The Grand Valley.
That was Grand Valley. I forgot the name of it. Grand Valley around the deserts in California. I forgot the name now. Evaded me. And for GT1, we are here around Trial Mountain. Right, okay, so for this evening, as you already know, back with the usual suspect, back with Mr. Blue Flag, or Simon, as is otherwise known. Good evening, Simon.
Hello.
So here we go. Second week, second endurance week, I should say. And last night was interesting. It was a lot of good racing going on, and hopefully we got a lot of the same. I really actually enjoyed the first endurance week. It gives a little bit more dimension, doesn't it, in terms of like fuel saving and tyres and all that.
Yeah, like you say, different dynamic to the racing, different approach. It's not just a flat out balls to the wall run to the flag.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely. We've already got about 10 people watching, so make sure you like the stream. We've got Fever in the chat, James, which I'm assuming is otherwise known as Oven, formerly known, or now Jadon, and GT3, and a Goy, it's a Goy Carp, the legend himself, is in the chat. So good evening to everyone. Make sure you are liking the stream for me. Mikey saying let's go Bristol Street Motors, boys. Yes, right, okay. Well, Mikey is shouting on Graham and Aaron this evening, of course. And Simon, your boys are the same as, aren't they? Graham and Aaron.
Yep, they are indeed. Team BSM, let's go.
Yeah, and then we've got Pine and Witchell, that's the BWT team. You've got Aaron and Ross, which are in... no, Aaron and Ross, Tom and Ross, sorry, in the Brawn team. And then you've got, thinking of all the other teams, you've got Biggles, he's with... Is Ishmael, I think he's with? No, not Ishmael. Who's he with again? Where's the Rebellion? The other Rebellion.
Chubbs.
Chubbs, that's it. Can't see. Oh, there he is, Chubbs. There we are. Chubbs in the other Rebellion car as well. So we've got 7 different teams. If you're new around here, 2 in GT2, 2 in GT1. And they all work together for a team championship as well as the individual championship. I've got quali, and if you're not aware, quali is 15 minutes in the endurance races. A little bit more than the sprint races, which is 5 or 6, something like that. And the sprint races are a little bit longer, giving you more time to get a lap in, which does help. Definitely doesn't help, doesn't it, Simon? Getting a few more laps in.
It does, especially if you're one of the people that needs, 1 or 2 laps to sort of get your eye in.
I'm very much
as I tend to be.
It takes me a couple of laps to warm the tyres up. I can't do it one lap. I need a few laps. Good evening. Right. We've got Fat Dane in the chat. We've got Peatman as well in the chat. We've got quite a few in the chat already.
Everyone's taken to the pit lane apart from Pagani. They've all gone out on medium tyres to start the race on.
Yeah. So Pagani's the only one doing a medium run at the moment. Everyone else is on their outlaps on the soft tyres. Obviously you need to enter on the tyres that you want to start the race on, so hence why they all want to start on the mediums. So they're all entered on that, and then immediately most people peel out the pits. There's always a couple, isn't there, that try and go for them, like a lap on the mediums for it.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Pagani's even going to finish this lap. This may just be an extra fuel burn lap.
That's true, that's a good point actually.
May just be trying to get some fuel and weight out of the car before he puts a set of softs on it.
Yeah, that's probably a good shout actually. Got Homer as well in the chat. Homer had a really good race last night. His last stint was ridiculous on the softs. Some mental times. Oh, Eddie Catflap's back. Good evening. We've got... Right now, I'm sure watch Pagani. Is he going to complete this lap, do you think? Or is he going to peel in?
He's completing it.
You're going down towards the left-hander right at the very end of the lap, and then it's a bit of a chicane round here, and you want to go right to the far left-hand side of the circuit so you can get a good run out. Pagani has just entered the wall there. And unfortunately, his lap's been a bit ruined there, and he's already passed the pit entry, because the pit entry is actually on the previous 2 corners, isn't it?
It's before you get to the chicane.
Yeah, it's interesting, this one. It's quite a way before you actually get to it. That last corner. So, yeah. You do have to make your decision quickly. You want pit round here. So Witchell on his first flying lap on the sort. The one thing around here, you watch the cars, they are so quick through that first sector. It looks like the car is flying around the first few corners. It's so quick. So fast. And remember, it is Group 2 cars, so could be some sketchiness.
Yeah, again, it's going to be the sort of slower, low traction zones, as we saw with Pagani exiting that chicane, that the back end's going to want to snap away. That
first and second gear, it's a bit sketchy in these Group 2 cars. It kind of wants to get out of those gears as quick as possible. It doesn't really like hanging about in them. Similar to our car, actually, the Group 3 car we're in, it kind of doesn't like second gear much. It's kind of wanting out of it. Some cars don't like the lower gears as much as others. So Witchell has done very, very well at the start of the season, and he is well up on Pagani. Pagani's time was on the mediums, so you would expect him to be significantly up on that. It's come towards the end of the lap now, coming to this interesting last kind of chicane you've got coming up now. So the pit entry is just here. There you see it peel off there on the left hand side.
Yeah. Aaron's going to have the privilege of setting the first relative time.
I mean, I think we're expecting it to be in the 1:41's pole time, aren't we?
I think that was the ballpark.
41.9. There we go, straight away. That is a very good opening lap though. But Witchell 41.6. Tom. Ross. Now, interestingly, we were talking about this, weren't we?
We were. Before we went on air, we were talking about Ross may be an outlier on this one.
He's a speedy boy this week, Ross. He's a wild card, and I must say, that is a good lap. 41.6 from Ross.
That's a fantastic opening lap for Ross.
However, Witchell 10th up purple through the first sector. Let's see as he goes through the tunnel. Just a wee reminder again, make sure you do like the stream. It really does help us out. There's about over 20 people watching already. Make sure give that little stream a little like if you're enjoying what you're seeing. We've got Andy as well, remember, covering for... Who is he covering for again? Sean,
yeah,
Sean,
SBY.
Yeah, SBY. He's covering for SBY this week. So it's not going to be easy for Andy this.
That'd be why SBY's in the chat tonight and not in his car.
Yeah, he might find it difficult. I don't think Andy's had any experience in a Group 2 car at all.
I think after he finished the GT2 race last night, he was in the process of purchasing the Group 2 car.
Yeah, it's never a good sign. So yeah, Witchell coming around last corner. This second lap, where is it going to put him? Is it going to be quicker? He was going quicker. Oh, what a lap! 41.3. Can we get in the 40s? That's maybe
I'm just wondering if, with the fuel out and a fresh set of boots on.
Oh, that's Chubbs. P2. There we go. 41.5.
Chubbs does like a soft tyre.
Ishmael, he does. I think we've seen that last year's race, didn't we? 42.4 for Ishmael. Well, I think he's not been very confident well round here this week. He's been worried about some of the times people have been setting. So keep an eye out. Pagani, this is going to be, I think, his first proper lap on the soft. So let's ride on board with Pagani and see how he does. Go through one of the tunnels. Right. Oh, there we go. Oh. He's got it, just. But, I mean, he's lost at least about 3-4 times there, you would say. With that squirminess. I think actually maybe more, as he's 3 times down on his medium time. So I think that lap is a bit of a goner, if I'm honest. Now, Witchell, I'm assuming, is going to be in this time. I don't think there's any benefit now. His front right tyre is looking a bit unhealthy. Anyone else on a decent lap?
What have they got? Just over 6 minutes of the session left.
Yeah, Yeah.
So this may be the final set of tyres for them.
Ross might manage another set because he is on a new set at the moment, and this is his first lap on this set, I think. As he's coming around.
Yeah, just got to bear in mind out lap, and you probably want to try and maybe get 2 laps on a tyre with the tyre evolution.
Yeah, Ross is on another out lap at the moment, so he's going to be doing his first lap coming up now. So we need to see he's 2.5 tenths off. Captain Chubbs and Whitworth.
Nice wide entry from Ross into that final corner to try and open it up and get on the power early, maximise the straight.
Not a bad lap from Andy, that 43.2. That's in the ballpark.
It's respectable.
Yeah, definitely. It's not bad at all, Andy. Keep going. I think he'd be quite happy with that, actually. Right, Ross, what's going to happen here at the end of the first sector? He's going to be purple. Shall we find it? Very, very narrow line there. He's getting right to the inside of that. Through the tunnel there, left-hander. Nice on the power, though. He's not having any moments. He is down, though. Quite considerably as well. However, what I will say is I don't know if this is just me, but I do better on the second lap on the softs.
I do. That's what I'm saying about the evolution of the tyre and the track coming to you on this.
They just tyres don't feel like the grip until like a lap in, and in the second lap, I mean, I was so much quicker on both of my endurance races in the second lap.
That was the problem I had last night, is because I was considering pitting at the end of the lap that was actually my quickest lap.
Yeah.
It was that, do I complete the lap and basically sacrifice the last 3 or 4 minutes of the session?
Yeah, now interestingly here, Tom is in the pits. Now this is going to be his last stop. Now he's going to have an out lap here, and then it's whether he's going to get 2 laps on this soft tyre. Could be tight, but he might have timed this perfectly. Let's see. Chubbs then is on his out lap. Ross, his lap isn't going to be an improvement unless he's absolutely smashed the last sector, which I doubt. He's not. Right, okay, this is going to be the lap, I think, for Ross. The second lap, let's see. Total 6, 42.9. Let's have a look there, Ross. What is he going to manage here? He goes through the first sector. He was about 2 times down on the last lap. He's not quite to the inside as much that time. This is going to be it here. He is on his best, but he's not purple.
It's a personal by a smidge.
Yeah, he needs to find some more here. In fairness though, where Whitchell outshone Ross was on the last sector, so I don't know if Ross's last sector on his first lap was not as great as what it could be, so maybe it's the last sector in which you can maybe get a wee bit of extra pace, I'm thinking. Now, there's Ross in the slipstream.
He's got his teammate in front of him.
Yeah.
So someone is out lap Ross on a flyer.
No, it's not going well.
No.
It's not going well there. Right, Tom, this is going to be interesting here. I think he's going to manage another lap after this one. So he's going to get 2 flying laps on this set. Now, Whitchell, is he on a lap? I think he's on a lap. Yeah, he is. Now, is he going to have any improvement? No, he's not. He's backed off there. He's getting an extra line. Pine's doing the same. They're all backing up to get to this. A good entry to the last column. Aaron's not improving. 41.9's his best. He's P7. Got Graham, his teammate, down in P9. There's a big gap behind Aaron. Quite a chunky gap. Andy's in P12, which is a very, very respectable first outing on a Group 2 car you've never driven before. He's in there, which is a really, really good sign from Andy.
Whitchell's coming up to the first sector line.
What is he doing?
Oh, big slide.
Well, Biggles 41.7, that's good for P4. He's only marginally down.
3 100ths down for Whitchell.
Which shows there is improvement if he didn't have that moment. Oh, he's very committed. He does look like he proper flings it into the corners. Whitchell, he really knows how to get the best out of the car on these poly laps.
Yes, absolutely throws it in.
Yeah, he doesn't leave anything on the table, does he? He just full commitment, chuck it in, see if it sticks. I hope it sticks. There we are, he's purple. He is purple. Right, so this is going to extend his advantage. He's going to get one more lap in after this as well. It must say he looks very neat and tidy in this part of the lap. Good evening, Royston, from GT3. Right, coming up here. Tricky last couple of corners. Need to get the line right. So you get a good exit out of that last corner. Looks very, very nice and tidy. Nice on the power as well. He's going to come towards the line.
He's going to hug the wall for the shortest route.
Going to be a 10th or so, I think, maybe improvement here. It's just over a 10th. It's right, 41.1. Very close to the 40s now. He's got another lap as well. Captain Chubbs, he's coming around for his lap. 41.7 from Tom. He's not quite getting the outright quali pace here at the moment. He's P5. It's about half a second down.
Well, this will be the second flying lap for Tom, won't it?
Yeah, this is his last one. It's everyone's last one coming up now. Captain Chubbs is going to get another lap in just. And he's going to come across the line. Graham 42.2 P8 comes across the line. It's nowhere near his personal best. Half a second down. Last lap for Chubbs. Pagani 41.6 jumps up to P3. 3 thousandths of a second ahead of Ross. This is Ross's last lap. He's coming towards the first sector now, so we'll take a little look and see if there's any improvement.
Very tidy couple of corners for Ross to open the lap.
41.6 was his best.
He's purple.
Oh, go on, Ross. Is there going to be an upset on the cards?
Where's Witchell? He's coming up to
42.4 for Andy. Go on, Andy, P11.
Witchell slightly down through the second split.
You keep an eye on Witchell, I'll keep an eye on Ross. I'll take a comparison and we'll see how they're doing. Middle sector is in about 10 seconds time for Ross. So we're going to get to see, is he still purple or is he just in a personal best? He looks very tidy.
Witchell's just got the final chicane to navigate
he's down.
Now.
How is he lost? Didn't look like a really good sector, and he somehow lost a bit of time in the middle sector. Obviously, first fly lap was a great lap.
Witchell over the line, and his attempt bang on a 10th down on his best. Chubbs coming up to the end of the lap. He's got the last chicane to go.
Pines up to P5. He's just behind Ross. There's 9,000s covering P3 to P5 at the moment. As Ross rounds the last corner, bit slidey on the exit, but controlled it. Has he made the time up in the last sector? 41. It's not good enough. It's down on his previous best. Pagani.
Chubbs across the line. He improves, but not enough to disperse.
There we go. Pagani improves, but he doesn't actually improve his position. He's just secured P3. I think that's everyone at the moment. So you got Will down the back, you've got Total P13, Lee P12, Andy. Incredible performance, I would say, from Andy there to get P11 on his first time on a Group 2 car. Well done, Andy. 42.4, bang in the middle there. Where I think, to be honest, Andy will be very, very pleased with that, and so he should be. Witchell's lap is ridiculous, though. He is.
Yeah, wasn't expecting to see Tom in 7th.
It didn't look like he ever got a full clean lap in. It didn't look like he'd done his best early. It didn't look like he did. I think the same's for Aaron, though. Like Aaron put in the chat, he's having a bit of a struggle with qualifying at the moment, which I would agree with. He just doesn't seem to be. He's fine in the race, but he just doesn't seem to. Seems to be struggling quality at the moment. I mean, some people really do struggle in quality more than others. For example, I used to be pretty shocking at 1 lap pace. I used to really struggle with it.
Right, grid's up.
Yes, let's have a look. These Group 2 cars are sketchy off the line. Second endurance race in Group 2 cars for GT1, and Witchell gets his away. A little bit squirmy from Ross, but he got a good start, Ross. He's had an absolute amazing launch, and he's jumped Captain Chubbs there. We've got Witchell to the first corner. He's still in P1. We've got Pagani in P2. A couple of people going wide down the background. That looks like Tom. He's up to P6. Aaron's up to P7. Who's had a bad start? It might be...
Chubbs down 2.
Someone's had a bad start. I'm not sure who it is, though. T. Smith in P6. He's up 1. He's battling with Pine at the moment.
He's having a look at Pine.
Someone in the background having a look as well. That's Ishmael having a look into that corner at Aaron, but he's not managed. Andy's up to P9. Great start from Andy. He's up 2 as well. Go on, Andy. Witchell still then leads by a comfortable margin as well. He's got 6 tenths over Pagani. Ross is in P3. And comes Captain Chubbs in P4. He's had another not great start, Captain Chubbs. Pine in P5. As I say, Tom is moved up 1, but he has got Pine directly in front of him. He's in the slipstream coming down towards this hairpin left-hander.
They're 3 wide in the mid-pack.
Tom down the inside of Pine, side by side. And Andy's P9. We've got Biggles down the inside of Graham, is that? It is indeed.
Yeah, great. That was the 3 wide.
Oh, Graham having a wee look at Biggles there. Oh, fast corner there. Don't want to make them in their Lee round outside.
It's allowed Lee in.
He's trying to hold him off. Now coming down towards this very tricky last couple of corners. They're still side by side. Lee looks like he's got it at the moment. Graham round the outside, gets the better exit, and Graham is now marginally ahead. Lee's got the inside line for the next corner, however. Graham's going to have to try and go all the way around the outside. He's still there though. Oh, he's just having to filter behind. Lee wins it out.
Slams the door.
A good little battle there from there. Witchell P1 still. Pagani is
Chubbs is having a look at Ross for P3.
So he is. Oh, he's had to back out last second.
That's a very fast section of corners. I would not want to be side by side through there.
I think that was wise, I'll be honest. Pagani's outside a slipstream range. Ross is a bit behind. I don't think the battle with Chubbs is... Oh, Chubbs getting a big squirm there on the power. Ross is under a lot of pressure.
Big switch from Tom there as well as they cross the second sector line.
It's a very twitchy car, isn't it? Especially full fuel medium tyres.
Oh, there's some switches going on in the back.
We've got Ishmael P8. Andy is in the slipstream. I think Andy's having a better GT2 race than he had Group 2 race than he had in Group 3 yesterday, to be honest.
Chubbs went for the move at the end of the straight on Ross, and it hasn't worked out for him. He's gone deep and been repassed by Ross. Pine, Tom's gone through, Aaron's gone through, Chubbs down to 7th.
It's one thing we mentioned about Chubbs, he's got the pace. Sometimes he makes a wrong decision sometimes, and he makes it a lot harder for himself than it needs to be. And he's down in P7 and he could be right up. Oh, Pagani! Oh, that was massive! Whew. He got that. Massive slide on exit. 1.4 seconds out front is the gap. Pine and Ross. Close. It's turn 1. Oh, it looks so squirmy around there. You don't want to be dirty around there. Pine, that looks very uncomfortable. And Tom sits behind in P5.
Tom's flirting with danger. That's the second lap in a row I've seen him with 2 wheels on the grass out of there.
Yeah, I don't want you to win the grass and look 2 cars. Oh, Chubbs! Like, the ball again! I think Chubbs just needs to breathe. What's going on board with Chubbs at the moment? It's like watching a bit of a roller coaster, I'll be honest. Show him on the big one at Blackpool. Oh, God. Right. He's having a bit of a roller coaster ride at the moment, Chubbs. Oh, is that T Smith and Pine? It is side by side. T Smith down the inside. Easily done. Up to P4. Past the BWT. Oh, Pine's having a look back.
He's coming back.
I don't think there's any way past around here though, to be honest. I think you would need to be very, very brave to make a move around here. That's part of the track. I think, to be honest, it's very much a straight you can overtake. The corners, a bit more challenging. Pine's not had a good run out at all, and Aaron is already alongside Pine. And he's had to compromise his line, so Aaron's going to try and get a really good exit.
He's looking for his favourite thing. The switchback.
There
He's
we
got
go.
the run.
He's alongside. He's going to have to go the long way round though.
I don't think he's going to get enough of his car in front. I think he's going to have to bail on this. Oh, he's got his nose ahead, but yet found himself on the outside and just...
That first corner is amazing to watch. The cars are on rails through that turn one. Chubbs is now having a look back at Aaron. Oh, he's had a really good run there. So's Aaron in fairness. It's getting very, very tight. Pine's a bit of a bus stop at the moment. The cars behind. There's a big gap in front now. Pine's not had a good few corners. And here we go. We're coming towards this straight now. This is going to be interesting. Different lines for Pine and Aaron there. Very different.
Did Pine catch the wall there? It was very wide. He kicked up the dirt.
Aaron is closing, not quite enough at the moment, but he is getting there now. Is he going to have a look down the inside? It's going to be ballsy. He's not quite close enough there. Oh, he's had a good run though through there. A little bit better than Pine. Keeping right behind him, and then he's in the dirty air as well, so that's impressive.
It's a tricky spot for him. He's got Pine's dirty air. He's trying to get past him, and he's got
Captain
to
Chubbs.
keep one eye on Chubbs as well.
Oh, Pine, oh, scrum there on the power. Keep an eye on this. It's still the same out front. Top four remains as you were. Getting on board with this. What's the tyre situation like? Pine has more than Aaron. Captain Chubbs is the best out of the three though, of this three. Ishmael in the back, he's actually quite good as well with Captain Chubbs. So Pine's got the worst out of this bunch, but I think he's had a few more slides. In fairness, Chubbs has had quite a lot of slides. I'm surprised he's got quite as good a tyre wear as he has.
Yeah, the gap out front between Witchell and Pagani is as big as it's been so far, just over 2.5 seconds.
Andy has a lead, stalking the rear of his car at the moment. Andy defending.
Yep, Ross has had a good first sector. He's 2 tenths purple on this lap, and he's catching Pagani.
Lead down the inside. It's going to be an easy move. Andy doesn't really defend much. This man, he's got Graham behind him now as well. Right in the slipstream again though of Lee now. It's going to be close, and this next corner I don't think he's going to quite have enough to get back past, unless he sends one down the inside. He's close but not quite close enough. Graham has a look. Oh, he tried to make his nose in there. I'm not sure if there was a tap or if it just Andy went wide. I'm not entirely sure. I can't really see the camera angle. Yeah, you're right out front. There's a big gap now, isn't it? 3 seconds.
Yep, and it may be about to get bigger because Pagani's coming under pressure from Ross behind.
However, what I would say, Ross has the best tyre wear at top 3 by a way. He
does. I was just going to point that out as well.
By quite a way as well.
Yep. Fuel are all pretty even, but tyre wear, Ross is well ahead.
Witchell's used the most fuel, very slightly. Tom is the best on fuel, and he's on par with the top 2. Tyres wise, Witchell looks the worst on fuel and tyres, very slightly at the top 4. However, Pine's tyres looks worst of all. His front right looks like it's nearly 50% worn already. Oh, and that's not helping either. I don't want to tempt fate here, but I'm.
Oh, Graham! Huge slide out of the tunnel. He's just gathered it up, but he's got Andy right there with him.
I wouldn't be surprised if Pine has a bit of a spin shortly here. The way he's sliding in that tyre wear, it's not looking pretty. He's had quite a few moments, so I'm hoping he manages to kind of keep onto that car. Chubbs is in P7 at Witchell. Witchell's actually managing to type in the chat while racing. Impressive. Chubbs has made a bit of a hash about trying to get past Ross, and it's cost him.
Well, I suppose Witchell can afford to have a glance at a chat every now and then with a 4-second lead.
He's class in the field, isn't he? He is so fast.
Am I right in thinking out of all the races this season, there's only one race that he hasn't won, and that was one of the first weeks when SBY took a sprint. He took all three last week.
Yeah,
he took first enduro.
Oh, Chubbs may get a run on him. Massive slide at last corner. I believe you're right, actually, though.
He has been a different class.
There we go, Chubbs. You can have a look down the inside, possibly. No. He's sat back. Oh. I'm never going to get tired of watching those first years go on this.
Chubbs penalty.
Oh.
He's taken too much of it.
That could let Ishmael through.
Yep.
It's going to be tight.
Give Aaron a small breather.
Yeah, I think I quite enjoyed that, to be honest. Now, when are we going to expect some pit stops? Lap 10, 11? I think. Might be the first few. Have you got bad tyre wear? I think most people will try to extend it to about lap 12. Maybe try and do like 11 or 12, but I think there might be a few in 10 or 11 if the tyre wear's getting shot. Pine, for example, I think might be an early. Yeah,
that right tyre hasn't got much meat left on it.
It doesn't look pretty, does it? Well, Captain Chubbs has not had a good exit, and that has meant that Ishmael is certainly going to get past now. He's had a pretty horrible middle sector. That's Chubbs. Unfortunately, where is the penalty line here? Is it coming up?
Is it the start-finish straight?
I think it might be.
It is,
the way
yeah.
the slowing down thing is coming on. I wasn't actually sure it was. Now, I'm pretty sure Ishmael's going to get past here. 99% sure. Actually, I'm 100% sure. Now he's already passed. You lose a lot more than half a second. Actually, you lose, by the look of it, about 1.1 from a half-second penalty.
Yeah,
so that's scary.
Pine driving his car like a drift car out of the final corner.
He's been doing that all
occasion.
I'm surprised he's still going. I've got Joker in the chat as well. Good evening, Joker. Oh, Pine's constantly scrumming. Right, well, let's have a look at tyre wear a bit more. Ross is by far the best. And it's not even close, is it?
No, you said about potentially extending the first stint. Ross is definitely in a position to do that.
I think he's the only one who's in a position to really extend. Aaron's quite good, to be fair. Ishmael always does well in his tyre wears, and he's got exceptionally good tyre wear as well. He's on par with Ross. He's got Chubbs right behind him now, though, after his penalty.
I say Chubbs' tyre wear's in a good place.
Yeah, James has just stated that's exactly what I was thinking, James. So I'm expecting lap 11, lap 12 for mediums, and then doing the softs at the end for a 7 or 8 lap stint. That's about what I would expect to see as the normal strategy. If you struggle on tyre wear, you might need to do 3 medium stints. For example, Pine, I think, might need to do that unless he can improve his tyre wear significantly in the next stint, but need to see for that. See, he can go to the first few corners. That last corner looked so pedestrian.
I heard some tyres screaming, and unsurprisingly, it was Pine.
Yes, it was. I could actually hear it from Ishmael and Captain Chubbs' point of view.
well, I was looking at Pagani and Ross exiting that corner, and then heard it come just after.
That front right tyre on Pine is shot, and his times are falling off a cliff. 44.1 last time around. So let's see what he does on this.
Which and Tom aren't much different to each other on their tyre wear.
What I'm intrigued to see if Pagani has to pit a bit earlier, has Ross got extra pace that he wants to? Is he just managing his tyres and he's going to start pushing? So I'm intrigued. Can he do the overcut on Pagani? Depends if Pagani comes out in traffic. Now, we've got Ross and Pagani right beside each other. James is saying is the undercut possible, Pagani and Witchell. Highly unlikely. Too much of a gap in Witchell is just... Yeah, I doubt he's going to let a 5-second lead slip. Very, very much doubt it. Never know, but I'd be inclined to say no to that. I think it's too much of a gap. If it was about 2-3 seconds, yeah, you could. Good evening, Marley. I was racing last night as well. In Grand Valley. two very tricky circuits this week though. Grand Valley is very, very tricky, and this is very tricky as well with Group 2 car. Ross is right behind Pagani, but he's not going to go for a move. There's no way Ross is going for a move at this point in time. He is happy sitting behind, saving fuel and tyres. He's in no mood to go anywhere. Now, what is time-wise? 44.5 last time around for Pine. That is, well, to be fair, Aaron's only a 10 quicker than that, so not much difference. Well, Captain Chubbs has got back past Ishmael. Struggling there, good speak up or something. We've got Lee back in P9. His front right tyre. Look at Lee's front right tyre. Oh my.
Ooh, yeah, that's not good.
Yes. I think Lee's making Pines look okay. Actually, no, to be fair, they're the same.
No. Yep, there's a slither of white in the tyre bar for Pine on the front right.
The best tyre was actually down the back of the field. Yeah, there's quite a few down the back of the field that be quite good tyre wear actually. Oh, Pagani! Oh my.
Pagani does like throwing the tail around.
There's some hairy, scary moments going on this evening. I think a little poo might have come out of Pagani there. That happened.
Pine's in.
We knew that right? Lap 10, he's doing medium. There's no way he's going to be able to do softs. Not a chance, unfortunately for him. Could Ross do the one stop? Dilemma for you. Oh, yeah, Ross is very squirmy there.
I don't think he will on fuel unless he's going to do some big time fuel saving.
Yeah, Ross has picked up a penalty. He had a very dodgy first few corners. He got very out of shape. And that...
they're already through half a tank and they're only on lap 11.
Yeah, but that's going to then, if you get that, technically they go a full tank to lap 22.
Depends when he gets in, doesn't it?
Yeah, so...
Like I say, he may have to do a bit of fuel saving to get into the end, but...
He could do it. Now it's interesting who else is going to come out of the pits, because Pine has come out behind behind Panda. Now Biggles, I don't know what's happened to... Oh well, actually his last lap is a 55.8, that might explain things.
I'm looking at the front tyres of the front two. I'm wondering if we may see them in this time round, which will be Pagani.
So Biggles is pitted, that's why he's way down.
I think we'll see most of the top 5 in this lap, apart from maybe Ross.
Aaron's tyres are shot, so's Tom's. Everyone's is shot. There we are, Witchell then.
No, they're all coming in. Pagani's in, Ross is in.
Witchell has significantly less fuel, however. So that isn't going to help. They are all in, including Ross.
Ooh, Aaron's been on an absolutely munching mission on his fuel and his tyres.
Yeah, the best fuel is Tom. He naturally does save fuel though. His driving style tends to do that.
So Graham's carried on round.
So's Chubbs. Chubbs is in the lead now.
So he has, yeah.
Witchell filled up just enough to do his stint. And he's back out. Graham is also still, as you said. And there comes Pagani. Tom has jumped Ross. Now, due to the fact that Tom has underfueled his car compared to Ross. Now, Ross has fueled the same as Pagani. Okay. Ross has got rid of his penalty as well. And Pine is in the background. Bearing in mind, Pine has less fuel than Ross and is also pitted a lap 4. So the undercut has massively helped Pine there.
Aaron's taken my approach to his second stint. He's gone on the soft tyre. He's the only one to do it.
Yes, and that's an intriguing decision from Aaron now.
I'll try to see if he can get himself some track position gained on this stint and see it to the end.
Yeah, right, okay, so
on a medium.
Pine is now in slipstream range of Ross. And as we have highlighted previously, it can take a lap for these tyres to properly rubber in. Last night it took me about 4 laps, to be honest, with the cloud.
Yeah.
Track.
Pine, having done that, his stop a lap earlier, he'll have the evolution in that tyre now. It'll be starting to come good to him.
So Chubbs is going to come out around behind Aaron, beside Ishmael, I'd imagine. So we're going to go with Ishmael. You see, where they come out? No, Ishmael is around in the last corner now. Captain Chubbs back on the mediums. Graham, I don't think you actually know until they exit the pits now. It's a new thing that it doesn't tell you. Well, there is Chubbs. Ishmael is going to jump. No, he's not actually. I thought he was just going to jump him, but he's not. Chubbs has got out just. No, I mean just in front. But it's going to be tight now between this lap. What's happening with Pine and Ross? It's as you were. Tom is just in front of this. There's 2. So there's a bit of a 3-car scrap. And to be fair, but now he's just in front of Tom, is it? Oh, Tom. Not the way to treat the tyres nicely. Bit of a slide through there. That's allowed Ross out the slipstream range, but they'll work together. They'll not fight. The gap out front, 6.6 seconds. And Witchell has under fuel compared to Pagani, and Witchell is already worse on his fuel. So I think the gap's probably more around 4.5–5 seconds actually. Than what it is showing there. But obviously Witchell is by far in a way the favourite so far. Pine's had a moment. He is dropped 3 seconds. And he's directly behind Ross, and he's now got Aaron for company, who is flying along on his soft tyres. Now he has closed a 1.5 seconds already, Aaron, on Ross and Tom. Ooh. Right, okay, I think Aaron's enough pushing Pine around the corner there. He should be past, I'd imagine, here. And towards turn 1, if he can get a good run. Pine is trying to break the slipstream. There we are, fastest lap of the race. I think that's actually faster than his quali lap. Yeah, there's no way Pine is going to be able to keep him behind for much longer here. I think as soon as they get to that long straight, it's going to be goodbye, and I'll see you later. Good scrap here though. He's trying everywhere.
Yeah, he'll be so much faster through the corners with the tyre advantage he's got.
Oh, Pine is very far. Oh, he's down the inside. That was close. And he's got past. Pine was all over the shot. Coming through there. Pine is going to try and get back past. He's in the slipstream. To be honest, I think for Pine's benefit here, there's no point fighting him here. Just let him go. Different strategies. And I don't think he's had any option, to be honest, there. Aaron's shot away through the exit of that corner there. And I think that's goodbye. I'll see you later. Next is this battle for Aaron, Ross and Tom, who are working together. And Pagani directly in front of him, and Witchell has extended by 0.5 second, over 7 seconds now. And Biggles and Toto are having a bit of a battle. Back into the fuel. Toto is lagging very much on my screen. I don't know if he is on yours, but he looks very...
Yeah, it's very skippy, shall we say. Yeah.
It looks like his car is having a bit of a seizure at the moment, to be honest, in front of my eyes. It's not looking pretty.
Yeah, which extended his gap over Pagani on the last lap by 6 or 7 tenths. So now that's 7.5 seconds in the lead.
Captain Chubbs is P7, and he just set a 42.5 on the medium tyres, which is a very, very competitive time on the mediums. Compare that to out front, that's faster than Witchell set in his last lap. So, but as we always say with Captain Chubbs, he makes it so difficult for himself. He could win races. It's It's the fine tuning that Captain Chubbs needs. Because he genuinely has the pace to put in a challenge at the very, very top of the field.
Now, is it me, or is Tom closer to Pagani than I've seen so far?
Yeah, Pagani was 1.2 seconds in front. He has closed about nearly half a second. So Pagani, has he had a dodgy lap?
I don't know, Tom's not had the best couple of corners there. He had got it down to half a second, and Pagani's just eked that back out again. Already
there's a visible difference in tyre wear between Ross and the two in front of him. I wonder how he does it. Massaging tyres on his way around. Just singing them a song on the way around. How does he get the tyres to do that? Better than everyone else. He always does it, Ross. Teach me your ways.
Yeah, now, I know it's a different compound that Aaron's on, but just look at the how much he's taken out of that.
Yep. I was thinking that.
In what, he's only done 3 fast laps on him.
Yeah, it's it goes to show that you can't really be doing much on it. To be honest, I actually think that there might be quite a few people maybe trying to go to lap 23, 24 possibly before put the softs on, so they'll only have to do it 7-8 laps. If they are wearing that much, you don't want to be on them for any more than that, like maybe 8 or 9 laps, because at that point you're risking a spin, I think, towards the end of the stint.
Yeah,
and you don't want to be doing that in the last lap or two.
I suppose in reality Aaron's going to be wanting to get these to what? Lap 20?
A lap 19, 20?
19, 20, yeah.
About that. So we'll see how it goes. Obviously, with the fuel burnt down, tyre wear is a bit more friendlier. Not quite as bad. So the second medium stint shouldn't have as bad tyre wear, logically speaking. We shall see, however, how that transpires. But
yeah, as far as battles are concerned, it's all calmed down a bit.
It has. Lee is in P9. Yes, happy. He's in P9. He's just behind this battle with Ishmael. Captain Chills came back ahead of Ishmael. And Graham set his personal best in P10. Andy's still in P11. Andy will be happy with that though. Biggles, he set his personal best 42.8 last time around. Proto's back out on the mediums.
Pine's off and he's back on again. Ran wide just before the tunnel.
I mean, I don't want to say anything, but I made 2 mistakes in the last 3 or 4 laps, and I did say.
Yeah, he's going to be struggling for a couple of corners now with grass and dirt all over his tyres. Going to give Chubbs a sniff.
Chubbs has got significantly fresher tyres as well.
Yeah, of course, Chubbs went an extra 2 or 3 laps on what Pine did.
Right, well, Pagani still has Tom for company. Ross is just directly behind. Aaron.
Yep.
Oh, Captain Chubbs behind.
Chubbs up the inside now.
Au revoir, says Captain Chubbs.
Yeah, there wasn't much resistance shown by Pine there, but Chubbs didn't take that corner as well as he would have liked to.
Yeah, he was very, very, very wide, wasn't he? Yeah, so the top 4 stays as you were. Second, third and fourth also in slipstream range of each other. And tyre wear difference, again, it's Ross best, then Pagani, then T Smith, and fuel, they all filled up slightly differently. Witchell out front, 8.9 seconds. Well, the gap, he's doing 42.8 the last 2 laps around. Pagani's a 43.8 last time around. So yeah. It'll be interesting to see where this filters out in the last stint between these 3.
I think Aaron's had the best out of those softs. He's now into the 43s himself.
Yeah, he might be.
Running by himself. He's not had to battle anyone that lap. That's just where he's at.
Thing is, I think Captain Chubbs might have Aaron at the end of the race because there's going to be a difference. He's going to be on soft tyres. We know how quick he is in soft tyres. Aaron's going to be on mediums.
The Browns have switched.
Oh, how they have. And I would also say that Pine's going to have to run mediums, so he's not going to have to worry about Pine, I don't think. Because he's going to have to do another medium stint after this. There's no way he's going to manage to get softs. The distance he needs. Now this is definitely a tactical switch, I would say.
Yep, that was a team order at Braun.
Working together. Very team focused at Braun, you know. There. Oh. However, it was a great shame that we had a bit of a disconnect yesterday evening. I was distraught when that happened. Absolutely distraught. So,
I wasn't, it put me up a position.
You were.
After.
Yeah. Fortunately, Jonesy lives in the middle of nowhere, so that's pretty shocking. I can't believe though in this day and age that places have that bad internet. It baffles me. Anyway, get away from that. Witchell 9.3 seconds out in the lead. Then we've got Pagani second ahead of Ross. Obviously there was a teeny bit more gap than usual because Ross swapped with Tom. Oh, Tom. I don't know if Aaron's lap was just a very dodgy lap because he's back at the 42s again. However, his front right tyre
has nothing left.
It looks like it's been shot multiple times, if I'm honest.
He's Phil Mitchell'd that front right tyre. Well, I'm sorry, Ian Build.
Yeah, it looks like he's done a few 360s, to be honest. It looks pretty shocking, so I'd imagine he's going to win this lap.
He's got nothing left!
Well, he did manage 8 laps, so now we know they can do 8 laps. So, good news for everyone else. That it is possible. No, you only go to lap 23.
And Aaron is traditionally one of the heaviest on his tyres.
Yeah.
By his own admission, he'll tell you that fuel saving and tyre wear aren't his thing. And here he comes into the pit lane.
Yeah, so Aaron comes in. Captain Chubbs is going to go for a few more laps. Probably going to manage 2 more laps. Chubbs, he'll be in lap. Oh, but, I mean, you would. I would want to go a bit more than that. Chubbs is only going to get 2 more laps. So why has Chubbs underfueled so much? Has he made a mistake? Because do you think the softs are going to get 10 laps? I think it's ambitious.
Well, hard to say really. I mean, he was one of the better on his tyres on the first stint. He went the longest on his first stint. So maybe he feels that he can get that extra lap or 2 out of them.
Pagani and Ross will get...
I guess we'll find out soon enough. Yeah,
Pagani and Ross will get exactly the same fuel level. Tom has got less because he did underfuel slightly. So Tom, I can't believe I'm saying this, Tom isn't really in the battle between Ross and Pagani. I think Tom's going to have to settle for P4 at the best, unless there's mistakes in front of him. Now, that tells you how fast we are getting in this league. But Tom looks like the best he's going to be able to get this evening is P4. Actually sounds mental to say.
It's mental to hear.
Yeah. However, I must say, Ross's pace this evening has been exceptional. Pagani as well. Pagani's not had this. I wouldn't say Pagani's had this good pace all season. I think this is the best Pagani's pace has been all season so far, to be honest, tonight. Back to the Pagani of old, I would say.
Well, I don't know what the current league table looks like as far as the drivers goes in GT1, but isn't Pagani sort of top 3, top 4, even though he's
Yeah, I think he
I don't think he's had a podium this season, yet he's somehow found himself up in the top 3 or 4 in the standings. He always has done. That's what he does. He just picks up points.
Yeah. He's consistent. That's his 40. So there's Aaron out on the mediums. He's pitted and he's back out. He has currently got the fastest lap, but I do not believe that's going to stand. I believe that will go probably a Witcher or Captain Chubbs probably at the end of the race. Probably a low 41, I'd imagine. Good evening, Rom. Fresh from his win last night.
Right, where's Chubbs? Fuel lights on, he'll be in this lap. Absolutely no doubt.
Yeah, so this is going to be interesting. He is going to go for 10, looks like possibly 10 laps on the softs. Ambitious from Chubbs. No.
Well, as we said, he went the longest on his first medium stint, so...
10 seconds is a gap now at front. Pine's in as well. He's going to have to do mediums. There's no way he's getting soft 10 laps. Not a chance. Not happening, unfortunately for him. Ishmael comes across the line. He's set a 44.3 last time around. He's up to P5 now. He's a little bit out of sync with the pit stops and all that.
All Chubbs has got to do here is make sure he puts enough fuel in that tank.
Andy's still doing a good job as well. Very impressed with Andy tonight. Doing very well. Right, well, Captain Chubbs has put on this. Why is he filled up so much? Is it just me? Or is that car being filled up? An awful lot. Oh, someone spat. Oh, Andy's off. Oh, I think I might have jinxed him.
Well, yeah, Pine's only put just over half a tank in his.
Why is he put that much fuel in?
Was he not paying attention while it was filling up, or?
What on earth? He doesn't need anywhere near that. Nowhere even near that amount. Probably needs half a tank.
Yeah, he may have cost himself a couple of seconds he didn't need to spend in the pits there.
Probably quite a few seconds. That's probably 4 or 5, maybe even more. Right, we'll see how that's done, because Tom was 7 seconds ahead of Chubbs.
Yeah, Tom's in the box now.
Bear in mind that he did go an extra lap on fuel as well. We'll see. But,
so Chubbs on the previous lap went to 79% on his fuel gauge.
Right, well, Tom is he's filled up 48. There we go, half a tank. That's what I thought.
Chubbs must not have been looking.
Yeah, because there's no way he needs that amount of fuel. Oh, Chubbs.
Because where is that put? It's putting behind Aaron by 10 seconds.
He has lost, bang on what I said, 5 seconds. He's cost himself 5 seconds from that. Oh, well, that's not well, has it?
So it looks like everyone else will be in this lap for their fuel and last set of tyres.
Oh dear.
So this is it then. This is where it all shakes out. We get into our sprint to the line. Strap in. It should be good.
I'm intrigued to see how far ahead Pagani and Ross are in relation to Tom. Bear in mind, Tom has done a lap undercut, but then their fuel was significantly better. So, I'm interested to see where this balances out. I don't know if we're going to be a few seconds behind.
Tom's through the final corner before the pit entry line, so he's got the chicane to do.
I'm going to guess about 4 or 5 seconds, I would think. Well, that's just an educated guess. More than anything else. We'll see what Aaron comes out as well, because remember we did the softs early, didn't we? So.
Yep, I've seen him disappear through the first corner. He's always almost level with Pagani.
He actually got out a little bit further.
But yet Ross is 8 seconds clear of Pagani after that stop, and he's only 1.2 behind Witchell. Ross, oh, well, he hasn't pitted yet.
Yeah.
I was thinking, that's Ross done that.
But what I will say is Pagani has fueled more than Tom. But I think, I mean, what I look for on fuel was you need about half a tank. So I don't know if Tom has. I don't know if Pagani's slightly overfueled just to be safe. I don't know.
No, Ross has pitted, but he hasn't put fuel in the car.
No, he's not.
He has, he's on the soft tyre, but he hasn't refueled. That's how he's got so close. Ross is going to have to come back. Ross is going to have to come back through the pit lane.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
What a disaster for Ross.
Oh no! What is happening to Braun? It's been a disaster. Jones is lagged out. Ross has not put fuel in. I'm going to bed. I can't do it anymore. Simon, take over.
Are you Ferrari in disguise?
Fortunately, it looks like Jonesy and Ross are stuck in Maranello at the moment. Oh dear. Well, that's one now, hasn't it? I think he's got lucky in the sense that
It only dropped him to P6.
yeah. And he's got fresh tyres, so theoretically I think P4's still on. If he can clear Chubbs, that's going to be tricky though. But I would still suggest P4, but it has at least cost him one place. And I think he might have had Pagani as well by the end of the race. Possibly. So it cost him a bit, but to be fair, it's not cost him as much as I thought it might have. Oh. Some interesting things going on in the pits. Captain Chubbs is fuel for going an extra race, and Ross has forgot to fuel. Intriguing.
But maybe Chubbs has tactically stolen Ross's fuel.
Possibly.
Maybe that's why he's got so much in. He's taken Ross's load as well as his own.
Well, oh dear.
So Chubbs has got a 6.5 second gap to close to Aaron.
Oh, Ross has closed 1.2 seconds for Chubbs. It's actually more, 1.4 now, 1.5.
Yeah, and that's an outlap for Ross as well.
That's impressive. Maybe the anger of the mistake has fueled him. It's a shame it didn't fuel the car. Anyway. Right, Andy unfortunately has dropped to P13 after his moment, but he's on the back of Biggles. So there's a P12. Maybe he's trying to get to the place of P11. Still definitely making a petition to get just Mikey P11 on his gravestone when he dies. Yeah. He's going to be on it forever.
Well, as you predicted earlier on in the race, the fastest lap has gone to Witchell now, 41.3.
Yeah, 41.3. To be honest, that was on his first lap as well, so I'd imagine he might go a couple of times quicker than that actually.
Hines picked himself up a half-second penalty somewhere at the start of this lap.
He's picked up one earlier as well, I think. And it cost 1.1 seconds, I said, so by that calculation it looks like he's going to be 4 tenths or something behind Graham now. After it. Oh, and that's not going to help either. I get rocks there, don't you?
Yeah, driving into the bank there is not going to help his case.
Yeah, he's probably going to be half a second behind Graham now, after this.
Battle for P12's getting spicy.
Or is that the Biggles and Andy?
Andy and Biggles, yeah.
Well, let's see as Pine is going to get very much easily past Graham. And it is half a second the gap, so it is over a second you lose on that penalty. So you don't want to be picking up penalties here. It is hostile.
Yeah, it's a horrible penalty line because you're just getting up to speed out of that slow final corner.
Look where the fastest lap is. There's a Scotsman on the loose. He's making a run for it here. He's right in.
I've always said there's something about driving angry.
Yeah, Aaron's had it a few times as well, where he's found like lightning pace when he's got annoyed. Seems to be a thing, doesn't it? Fair, if I get angry, I just spin. Ross having a look down the inside there, forcing Chubbs to kind of go a bit of a wider line. Ross is right there. He needs pass as quick as possible. He might get Aaron, but he's going to have to sit back here. If he could just keep right in behind, he can maybe get a run down towards turn 1. It's not going to be easy to get past Chubbs. It's going to have to be adventurous here, I think. He's going to have to make Captain Chubbs take a different line or do something. Because I don't think that start-finish straight is quite long enough. Unless you are literally...
Well, we've seen it a couple of times. You put out that slipstream and draw alongside, sort of over the start-finish line, and you just haven't got enough to get your nose in front.
Yeah, so, yeah, for example, he's only getting a 10th and a bit on that start-finish straight. Literally nothing. No. In fairness, however, Captain Chubbs has absolutely smashed that gap to Aaron by 4 seconds. So, to be fair, it's not an instant thing that Ross needs to get past Chubbs here. As long as Captain Chubbs keeps closing into Aaron, then Ross can afford to take this slightly more easy.
At the moment, they are a second a lap quicker than Aaron.
They're going to catch him. So, and I mean, Captain Chubbs doesn't have to worry about fuel, that's for sure.
But Pagani's keeping Tom at arm's length in the battle for the P2, P3.
Oh, he's a bit wide there, Pagani. That's going to cost him a couple of tenths. It does indeed. Look, he's very close to slipstream range now. Pagani had a good run through there, and Tom didn't.
Ross giving Chubbs the wiggle tactic there, trying to distract him as he breaks at the end of the straight there.
Between Pagani and Tom. Go on and have a board then and have a look at this. Ross and Chubbs. It's going to get very close. Chubbs sideways there. Is that going to give Ross a look? Oh, he's having a look down the inside. Brave down the inside. Captain Chubbs looks for the defensive manoeuvre around the outside. Ross gives him the room. Captain Chubbs down the inside. Ross is going to get the better run round the outside. That's side by side. It's going to be a slipstream fest down here trying to get past, but still side by side actually. I thought one was going to sit in behind trying to get slipstream, but they're just going to sit side by side. Ross is going to have the inside line though. Captain Chubbs is not going to be able to defend this. Oh, he's trying to. Oh my!
It's safe that you can look.
How did they get through that? The only vision I could have there was 2 cars on the wall.
At that point, I don't think they'd have been cars. I think that would have turned into an air crash.
That was ridiculous.
Marley asking where Pine is. It's currently P10.
He's had a few spins and a few moments here. It's not been Pine's finest race, this one. But still, solid points, P10. Oh, speaking of slides.
Now, of course, what that little skirmish between Ross and Chubbs has done has let Aaron extend a little bit.
However, Aaron just had a bit of a big slide, and that's allowed Ross 3 tenths. Close in there. It's now 2 seconds.
now,
They do have another 2 laps after this.
Now, tyre wear. Look at Chubbs' softs. Look at Ross's softs. Look at Aaron's mediums.
Yeah. Now, what I said was, I don't think Chubbs can get those softs 10 laps. I think that's coming true.
Yep, and I think he's going to lose another position to Ishmael now because he's right there with him.
Ishmael's at big advantage, as I've said all along. His tyre wear is exceptional since he's joined, and his fastest lap of the race, his last time around, 42.3. He has consistently done 42.3s and 42.4s.
What I said about Ross and Aaron's tyre wear differential, have you seen how much the gap's come down?
Yeah, it's now half a second.
In quarter of a lap. So, this is going to be a non-contest. This is an unfair fight if ever I've seen one.
I must say, Sean's saying Chubbs in trouble. I have no idea why he decided to do 10 laps on this off. Even from here it looked mental.
Yeah, fortunately for Chubbs, I think he's... I think he may have to just... I think he may have to give this one up and just accept that he's got one lap to get through.
He's going to have nothing to defend with. He might as well just let Ishmael through here, I think.
So that front right is dead. It's completely red, and the right rear is about to follow suit.
He's trying to defend, but he's going to have absolutely zero to defend.
Ross is past Aaron.
Oh, that was quick.
Yep.
There we go, and he's got an extra bonus point for the fastest lap, 41.2 at the moment. Some absolutely shot tyres here. Where is Chubbs? Still in P6. He's got Ishmael right behind him now, though.
I think Aaron will be happy with a P5.
Ishmael is lost
out of tonight.
2 seconds to Graham in 3 corners.
Yeah, Chubbs defending this really well.
Look at Graham in the background. He's gained another half a second in that corner.
Come on, Chubbs, keep defending, son.
Graham's on his way. Ishmael is trying his hardest to get past. Captain Chubbs is defending for his life with what I would consider to be negative. Oh my god! He's at a massive moment mid-corner there. How is he still on the track? If he manages to keep this P6, it's ridiculous. He's not even getting any front. He's not getting any right tyres at all. Not front or back. Oh god.
For anyone wondering, Mitchell is still in this race, he's leading it. I know we haven't seen him for about 15-20 minutes.
Oh, Chubbs is so wide around there, and Ishmael is there already, 2 attempts away, and he's down in the slipstream through the tunnel. He goes, last lap, last major chance to get the overtake done. He pulls out to the outside. Captain Chubbs tries to defend. They're going side by side. Very aggressive.
They're trading paint. Lots of it.
Very aggressive. Ishmael tries to go. Oh, does the cutback! What a... Oh, he's still there! What a move! What a move from Ishmael. He sold him a dummy.
Beautiful move. Taking the win. Pagani's going to take P2.
There we go. Too busy looking at that.
Tom's third. Ross is going to be fourth. Aaron will be fifth.
Is Tom letting Ross through?
He slowed right down. Yeah, he's parked it on the line. He's letting... No, Ross isn't going to let him. He's punted him across the line.
Oh no, he's let Aaron he's let Aaron through. Aaron's jumped ahead of him into P4. No way.
What's going on? That's got to be one of the craziest and most bizarre ends to a race I've seen.
Oh my god.
Tom didn't run out of fuel, he slowed down to, I think,
let Ross through.
Let Ross come back through.
And then Ross didn't want to get through, so he's hit him, but then he's hit him so hard that he slowed down to a crawl, and Aaron's got through by 11 thousandths of a second. And in the process, Graham got Chubbs.
He did.
2 attempts. Look at Chubbs' last lap. It's a 46.5. He's 5 seconds off the fastest lap. Oh my god. Well, that was an interesting last 2 laps, wasn't it? Yeah, let's well, that was interesting. Let's save the replay and get the result.
Get the standings up, because I sort of lost track at the end of that.
Wetcho won by 13.1 seconds. Apologies, never really saw him for the second half of the race. Yeah, but Pagani took P2. Tom tried to let Ross through, still takes P3. Aaron has somehow nipped past, and actually it was 3 thousandths of a second in the end up between Aaron and Ross. Then it was Ishmael who took P6. Graham, with a last dash at the end, gets P7. Captain Chubbs with a long list of mistakes, unfortunately, this evening, from his spin in lap 1 to his random overfueling of about 25%. Unfortunately, drops out of P8. What could have been? Definitely in the podiums for him. It wasn't for those. Lee P9 and then Pine P10. Total P11. Biggles down in P12. Andy takes P13. And Will down in P14. I still can't go over that last 2 laps. That was just mental. The race came alive. Right, okay. Well, that rounds out this evening's race. Reminder, next week we are not racing on the normal GT1, GT2 and GT3. We are having a week break, as we are having some 24-hour endurance races that number of teams, at least 2 or 3 teams in FTRL are taking part of. So that's going to be 24 hours. I believe there are going to be some streaming elements towards this. I don't know how much there will be, but there will be some. And so keep an eye on the social media pages for all of that. But there will be some. Don't know how much a week, but there will be some streaming going on. And then we'll be back for, I was going to say Sprint Week. It's not. It is the Team Week. Week 5. So with that, we have 2 tracks for obviously GT3 are just doing the normal Sprint Week. And then we have a team. So GT1 and GT2 will be running in the same grids. Because of that, we're basically going to be having half. So one GT1, one GT2 running on the Thursday night, which is going to be Bathurst, I think, on the Thursday night.
Yeah.
Or is it? Yeah, I think
it's Bathurst on Thursday, and then is it Fuji on the Friday?
Yeah, Fuji on the Friday night. And for that, if you're not interested in anyone still watching, we do have the GT1 guys on the mediums, and the GT2 guys, I believe, are on the softs. So difference there between them. So you have to run those mediums. You can only run those tyres that you are specified depending on your division that you're in. Basically trying to level the field up a little bit. So those points just go towards the team element. These are not for the individual championships. It's just the team element for week 5. And then following on from that, we're back on the sprint weeks and the endurance weeks until the end of the season. And then you've got the final week. So there you go. That's all the news from FTRL. Keep an eye on the socials for the 24-hour endurance stuff. Thank you very much for joining us. Hope you had a great end to that race there. It was fantastic. And hopefully you can join us again. I'm sure it'll be me and Si next time as well.